Am I the a-hole for not inviting my narcissistic sister to my wedding? My 33F sister, 36F, and I used to be very close and best friends, but being so close also allows for very bad fights. I am younger and have been a little less in the spotlight than her. She's been the center of attention for a long time. When it's good, she's extremely smart, charismatic, and wonderful. But when she's had friends who cross her or wrong her, she labels them as toxic, cuts them out of her life, and we aren't allowed to ask questions. If we try to talk to them or play devil's advocate, she will flip out and tell us we're horrible for choosing them over family. Because I am younger, I have always been intimidated by her and often let mean comments or flat-out verbal abuse go ignored because it was easier to deal with her than trying to engage in conflict resolution. Unfortunately, my parents do the same thing, and even more unfortunately, still do. A few years ago, I left the nest and really started to do my own thing, grow and experience life like never before, full of travel and adventure, completely independent of her. She went into a negative spiral, and her anger was constantly directed at me. After lots of verbal abuse and baiting me to engage in fights, I very clearly established boundaries about how I love her, but I won't participate in conversations when she's screaming at me, calling me names, selfish witch, stupid, awful daughter, who treats mom like shift, weak, and openly disrespecting me. That was 3 years ago. Since I basically stood up for myself, I've been cut off. I've been ignored. She will go back and forth between blocking me and unblocking to say something hurtful to me. She won't visit my parents at the same time I'm there, even went as far as to tell a family member to sit her somewhere else at a family wedding because of the anxiety I give her and push her toward a mental breakdown. She has asked me to not contact her, but will engage in conflict with me and then accuse me of emotionally abusing her with silent treatment and that nobody is there for her, and her depression and PTSD is all my or my family's fault. I've been listening to podcasts about how to deal with a narcissistic family member, and LOL, I've learned calling them out is the worst thing you can do. Great. Except they won't change. You can't change them. I don't claim to be an expert or even know if she 100% is, but it seems to be that way. I told her I was engaged because my parents asked me to, saying they didn't want her to find out through social media, even though she has blocked me on all social media. She took a day to respond, very coldly, making an excuse for her late response, and that she was dealing with something horrible, like she always is. After a few texts, it went from best wishes to her accusing me and my mother of abandoning her, and that we were horrible, and she's going through life-changing things as important as a wedding, and that she is extremely fragile because of the emotional trauma I've put her through. I don't want to invite her. I'm afraid she'll ruin our day. Unfortunately, many people know about our drama, so very shortly after I was engaged and congrats came in, it was often followed with, "So what are you going to do about your sister?" I wish the version of her many years ago could come to my wedding. That's what I long for, but I fear that person is long gone. Do I risk inviting her and be worried about the day? It won't be a very big wedding. Or do I do what she asks, which has been, do not contact me again, but then will guilt me into excluding her and not inviting her? I can't win. I fear if I don't invite her, it will only push us further apart. I fear if I do, our day as husband and wife and our future will have a dark, shifty cloud. I have created so much light in my life since she's cut me out, and he has been the light at the end of a dark tunnel. He's my hero. I don't want his day to be ruined either. I'm just so sad and angry that I still feel like I'm dealing with a toddler, walking on eggshells to not upset her.